Alive. Don't blank the fox. Episode 2. We made it to 2. And Roll20's working for me.
I know, it's illegal. Shouldn't be. Who remembers what happened last time?
Crash Landing went looking for supplies.
Crash Landing went
Level
looking for
up.
that treacherous bread.
We did find out that we landed inside an area that is heavy in abjuration and divination magic to keep dragons in the form of kobolds for some reason. This town seems to be hunting them, despite the fact that they seem to have already won. And we also have some whispers of these people who we think are like otherworlders coming through here that have like left drugs all about the place and are forming or part of a cult of some kind that seems to revere. Fuck, can't remember who. Was it Sonia?
Bread.
It was the bread one.
I think so, yeah.
Yes. Excellent. So I remembered that mostly right. Which Hex seems to have gone after. Because the rest of them were just like, ooh, a town, supplies and PCs, but Hex was like, no, going after this person. Going after the plot, while the rest of them were just memeing.
What is this plot?
The best part is the person they're chasing is with you.
That you... Shh!
We don't know that.
That's true. But to be fair, they're chasing a lead that's pretty good. So yeah, we'll start with you guys who've just got supplies. What do you want to do? Are you heading after your friend?
Yeah.
Sure.
Your
Like, I
friend
believe
that's long gone?
I believe at the end of last time, Sharp gave Lancer like a nudge saying we should go after our friend with it. We should stick together because we're all like, you know, Spelljammer Crash survivors. We shouldn't split the group up. So Lance was like, "Oh yeah, okay, let's go."
Okay, cool. You guys set off to catch up with the dinosaur riding person.
Yeah, standard.
And we move on to this one. I need a are you keeping an active eye out for things that might jump you, Hex? Or are you like just sort of too busy?
Yeah, I'm with this person. We're like, I'm not gonna be how to put it. I'm not gonna be like blind. I'm just gonna be like looking around as we're traveling.
Okay, you're looking for active threats. So give me a perception check.
Ouch. Very much ouch.
Ooh, 1 second. Ice cream just showed up
What?
for me. So
I want some.
Yeah, be right back. You can tell. There's a big ice cream related emergency. 1 second.
God damn it, me.
No, where's my ice cream?
I mean, I've
God
got some in
damn
my
it.
freezer, but it's like probably not great for me to try and eat it while we're playing.
If you go to the seafront, Andrew, which is a little way from you,
Yeah, it's
you
like
can get ice cream.
definitely quite far away from me without any kind of vehicle.
And I want to go to the sea.
And it's cold outside.
And if they want to go to the sea.
Nope.
Are
I mean, I don't particularly.
Are you gonna
but,
pick
you
us
know.
up?
I mean, that was my thought.
Ah, yeah, sure then.
Cool.
Uh,
Let's stop playing D&D and go to the sea instead.
What's happening? I left from.
Lawrence told us the only way to get ice cream was to go to the sea, so I was like, we can go to the sea instead of playing D&D then, right?
That's fair.
So anywho,
the other person rolled some good perception compared to my worst
Solid
possible
2.
perception.
When I get to about here, You guys will not be surprised. Oh, they will shout out to you so that you're not surprised. As a bunch of boys are gonna jump out and try and get you.
Bleh.
Give me an initiative roll.
Initiative?
Yeah.
Cool, sorry.
It's you, a dinosaur, and a really strong NPC. Versus a lot of woogs. Oh, that's the wrong. I clicked the wrong thing. They actually rolled that. Accidentally give the person you're with the dinosaur's stats. And then a bunch of woogs.
So yeah, I spent one of my 2 first level spell slots last session, so...
Oh no,
We
what?
leveled up to 2.
What?
We leveled up to 2, remember?
Sure, that was a thing that I remembered.
I hope you did.
I didn't, so give me a second while I start changing all my numbers.
Because you're
Good thing I
about being
mentioned it, innit?
Yep,
Yeah.
thank you for mentioning that, because it puts me to 16 health instead of 9.
Otherwise, these wolves would not have had to do a lot to kill you.
You probably still don't have to do that much, let's be honest.
You'll be fine. You're on top of a fairly sizable dinosaur.
Well, now I feel like I can actually spend a spell to attack.
Okay. Tell me when you've leveled up.
I've just about done it already. It's just about picking more spells, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
We can go with what I've got.
In which case, first up. This Woogie. And because you're on top of the dinosaur, they're gonna run here and attack the dinosaur. Because they can't quite reach you.
Maybe they're friendly wolves.
Why did that just roll damage? I might have it on an auto thingy. Oh, it did roll to attack, but it missed. Alright. Next Woogie runs up. He's gonna go here. Going for an attack. Rolled a 6 again and misses. You're Apex. What do you
Sure,
do?
I'm now that we are at 2nd level, I will use my bonus action to sing.
La.
Okay.
I do that blade singing thing. To go to armor class
Oh,
21.
I was so confused. You're doing the blade singing dance.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I want to go to armor class 21 to not get hit too much. And I'm going to look at the nearest 2 wolves and send 2 bolts of electrical heat energy into one and one into the other with my magic missile. So the one closest to me I'm going to hit twice, and then the one on the other side of the thing I'll hit once. Okay?
Okay. Go for it.
1, 2, and then 1.
Cool.
And I'll call that my turn, because I've bonus actioned, and I don't want to move off the safety of dinosaur.
It is a pretty safe dinosaur. Next up is Awoogie number 3. Who's gonna move here. And he's gonna bite this dinosaur, maybe. The 23 definitely hits. As its little teeth sink into
Pack
the
Tactics doing its thing.
Man, the fact that that would have hit me even through all of my armor increases.
Pack Tactics doing its thing.
Yeah.
Pack of Tic Tacs.
Pack Tactics.
Everyone loves a pack of Tic Tacs. Next Woogie's gonna come, do it again. Miss. Then it's your compatriot who will probably. They're gonna fire a light crossbow at the Woogies. One. Okay, that's a fucking dead wolf. They will target an injured one. 2.
I'm so glad you're so much stronger than me.
And 3. I did make a fallback NPC in case you guys just like wanted to wander off on your own in the wild.
I'm glad no one did that.
Yeah, no one.
Just so you'd have someone who could take care of you.
At level 2.
Yeah,
Or what I thought was level 1.
yeah, because this would have been a fight for the whole party, but one of yous, nah. One of yous would get mauled to death very quickly.
Everyone else is like,
Uh,
wow, this trail's really quiet. It's lovely.
all they can do, so another Woogie comes up and goes to fight the dinosaur. Oh, and crits the dinosaur. Bastard. How dare you hurt my precious Dino Boy. Dino Boy is going to do some attacking. It wags its little tail and hits, killing this Woogie and missing another. And I just didn't put this one on the initiative tracker.
He's hiding.
He'll go now, and then I'll saw him in. Because he'd just move in and take a bite, which hits. And just sort of descending. Okay, cool. Back up to the top. It's this Woogie who's gonna go in for a bite. Keeps chomping on this dinosaur. This one's gonna scoot over here and then go for a bite. Then it's you. What do you do?
I will attempt to stab the one nearest me. I assume a 13 misses.
It hits.
Huh. I deal 8 damage with the blade as I pull out this sword and attack.
That is perfectly enough to kill that Woogie because it was damaged from before.
I'm helping. But yeah, she like pulls the sword, kills that wolf, and then turns around to face the others on the back of this dinosaur and is like, "Are we able to get out of here?"
Your compatriot says the Woogies won't be alive much longer.
Okay.
Is this one seeing that more than half of its friends have died and one of its friends is very injured, it's gonna disengage and run away. It's gonna hide behind that tree. Alright, then it's your compatriot's turn, who will probably just eviscerate the remaining ones. Oh, miss, hit, and hit. Yeah, that's... So she misses the first shot and then kills the remaining 2. And you're basically out of initiative at this point.
So basically, there was the wolf you forgot to put in initiative, and they more or less are the one that survived by. Yeah, so I wasn't there, not involved.
They just run off into the forest. Pretty much, yeah, you're right, Andrew.
They made the smart choice.
They did.
Hey, do we skin these wolves for pelts or whatever? Is that a thing we're meant to do?
She's like, well, I'm gonna. She like steps off the
Cool,
dinosaur.
cool. I'll help.
Dinosaur watches on in horror.
It's a survival roll, and there are 7 to skin.
As I've said, I will help.
Oh, you're helping. Okay. So she got a 13 on the first one, 10 on the second, 15 on the third, 9 on the fourth, nat 20 on the fifth, 18 on the sixth, and 11 on the seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She manages to recover 5 wolf pelts and a decent amount of wolf, and I'd say like 20 pounds of wolf meat.
Delicious.
I'm so glad I'm being helpful. Let's go kill some bread. I mean, recover some bread.
Yeah, you making a sandwich?
Red bread redemption.
Possibly. That depends on what the bread says.
Very aggressive bread.
She is.
Oh. Fair
Just
enough.
a 1,000-yard stare, shaking head.
She like ties the meat into a little pack and wraps it in paper, and she rolls the wolf pelts up and puts them on the back of the dinosaur. You and her hop back on. And you carry on your very.
Let us continue to those dreadful cultists.
How dreadful.
Sorry, those breadful cultists.
Ha.
Soon thereafter, plants a small farm and Sharp turn up.
Enjoying a really nice walk.
It's just like Lance has just like got a crossbow in hand, and he's conjured up a tool with his right tool for the job feature, and it's just like undoing screws or redoing screws or just applying parts to it and changing it up. It doesn't look like a regular crossbow anymore, but he's just doing that as he walks. It's like just something I'd need to do. Are we okay? Everyone's gone quiet.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to hear what happens next. Other than we all die.
I am no longer here because I have moved on.
Oh, we've got 2 sharps, so that's good.
Ah,
Yeah,
thank God.
I can control the other. I can control that token you put down, Joe. I can control this one though.
I can control mine. Oh yeah, the icons have all changed, as you said before.
Okay.
So, yeah, Joe, I can control. I can't control this token,
Okay.
but I can control this one.
Instantly kills them.
So.
Yeah.
So, what did you want before, Joe?
All of you roll me a perception check.
Perception. Shit.
though.
Hang on, I need to double check something.
Yo, you're doing as well as Scream is.
Andrew, you noticed something?
Do I?
Yes. There seems to be signs of battle around here.
And lots of wolf
as-
blood.
Shockingly, not much wolf blood because it was all like, it's sort of the bit that was there has sort of been taken up by the mud, just generally from
Ah.
seemingly people who were like, you would know well enough that like it looks like someone has processed a bunch of wolves on the ground, like they've like flattened a little area out and stuff, and it looks like something fairly large was here. You'd also notice some tracks leading off into the forest that looks like one of the wolves managed to survive.
Which way does it look like the tracks continue?
The people tracks head on this way. The wolf tracks head on down, like, into the forest.
Question.
Your two compatriots don't seem to have noticed the kerfuffle, basically.
Question.
Yeah.
Even though that I got like a 12, is this actually here?
There is actually a signpost there, yes.
Does it say anything?
It does.
Okay.
Do you go over and read it?
Yeah. What's it?
Yeah.
It says on this arrow. It says Dragon's End.
Bit edgy, but okay.
Going north, it just says Farmlands. And going this way, it says Old Forest.
I will inform the party. Yo, my dudes, they went that way, maybe. Yep.
How can you tell?
I will show the tracks on the ground.
Ah.
Sure.
Now that it's been pointed out to him, he's like, makes sense.
Yeah, you can even see
Didn't
that
see these.
there's a crossbow bolt in the ground.
Oh, picks it up.
Give me a con save.
What, just by touching the end? You wouldn't touch the business end.
Give me a con save.
The wolf is casting a spell on you,
9.
I'm sure.
As you pick up the arrow, effectively, you would notice that the entire thing seems to be... It's not immediately obvious, but when you pick it up, effectively out of the wood, a strange substance seeps out of it.
Tries to drop it quickly, but I assume with the con save, that doesn't happen.
You have gained the poisoned condition.
Oh, great.
Yeah, rather than just dip in the end, I just, I have wooden arrows and I just have a big barrel of poison that I just throw them all in.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, Lancer says, why would they do that? That is unbelievably impractical. You can't even handle your own equipment.
They have a
Assholes!
It's simple. They made their bolts out of a tree that has poisonous sap. They just didn't remove the sap.
I much prefer my version.
You like that they carry a... You would rather they carry a barrel of poison and dip a full arrow in.
I like the idea that they build them that way. Like, they just steep
Yeah,
them
really
in poison.
really impractical.
Yeah, like, there's this poison for, a week, and then they have to pick them up with tongs.
Look, poisoned weapons are useless. What you want is cannons and canister.
Yes,
They're
points
heavy.
at you. Yes. we can build vehicles to place them on.
But that's for
they
short
fight-
range. Cannon cannonballs and rifles for longer distance.
But yes, and you would notice the wolf tracks leading off into the forest.
There was a survivor.
I mean,
Wolves,
if
the
they're
wolves,
just wolves,
the wolves aren't a concern. We'd better conserve energy and go after our friend. They could be in
Exactly.
trouble.
if they're not a threat to us, why go after them?
Maybe they've got an entire secret society. You don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't wish to know. No, let's
Why-
continue.
Why do you think they're able to kill sheep? Their society's on a higher level than the sheep society. The sheep
Okay,
wars have
let's
been
go.
going on in secret for eons.
Let's go after our friend.
Sure. Now, when you guys are heading that way, Sharp, you hear a voice call out to you. Hello.
Yeah. I'll look about.
It's me. The tree.
Trees don't usually talk.
That's very rude.
No, it's not rude. It's accurate.
All my friends around here talk.
Are they talking right now?
Yes. In tree.
Ah. That also sounds a
Oh,
bit
okay.
racist.
That's
Okay.
just what it's called. Tree.
Hello, Mr. Tree. How can I help you?
I just wanted to talk to you for a bit.
What about?
Just, where are you from? How are you doing?
The tree's like, I don't know. I've never got this far. Normally people run off.
One second, Joe. I need come here, Joe. I need to ask you something.
Yes, Joseph, you
Okay.
go to him. So far.
Okay. 1 second.
He's going to be travelling for months. Darn, I can't hear their secrets. This is bullshit.
Okay.
Okay. So hello.
Okay. I'm from England.
Okay. Where's that?
On Earth?
Where's that?
Uh,
Is it over the hill?
Technically, yes.
I thought this was Earth.
No, no. Well, I guess this is Earth. Like the ground.
I don't know.
Do
But
either
that's
of the rest of us hear this?
Yeah, yeah.
Lance would at least chime in to Sharp's bit and just, no, this definitely isn't that planet. That's many, many millions of miles away from here.
Wait, you know where Earth is?
Wait, do you mean Earth or Space Earth?
No,
Like if you're talking about
Earth,
that,
Earth.
if you're talking about that space Britain, and he like makes like a sort of gesture with his hand, like roughly with a proper navicom, I could probably get you there.
What the fuck is space?
Up!
Did you not fly
Does-
through it with the ship when you crashed?
It's the sky up there, right?
And what's beyond the
Yeah.
sky?
Look, I'm the son of a whore. I'm from London, and I don't know what the fuck you're on about when you're saying Space Britain, okay?
Okay.
Don't know why you
Also,
need to
hands
tell
pla-
you were a son of a
He,
whore, but
like, yeah, he's just like, okay, low drop. But at the same time, it's like, okay, calm down.
The tree's like, what space?
and what's a whore?
Exactly.
And yes, what is a hole?
I'm very inquisitive. Could you give
Look.
me a detailed explanation?
Of
But-
both of the subjects equally.
We don't have time for this. We've got to. First of all, I've got to be after my companion who's run off. Secondly, I've got to be after my commanding officers. Thirdly, I've got to be after my comrades that are somewhere out there that need my help. So goodbye, and I'll just start walking off.
Okay,
Well,
just be careful of the cursed woods. Bye-bye.
Wait, you thought this was Earth, but you didn't question the talking lizard?
are you referring to me?
Yes.
I mean, there's lots of other creatures like me. I mean, we encountered one.
No, I'm being meta and mentioning that there's none of you where he comes from. Yet he seems pretty cool about it.
How do you know there's none of me where he comes from?
Look, I just assumed they were in
you're-
some kind of.
Hold
I
on
just
one sec.
assumed that I'd either. I just assumed that I'd been hit on the head, or they were just dressed up.
Okay, there's that, but also at the same time, because you just metagamed and
Yeah?
you can't really metagame because this is a new universe. We don't know
Oh,
where.
I know.
We don't know what is where,
Anyway.
where is what, and which is how.
Anyway, lost companions, lost comrades, lost commanding officers. Let's go.
Okay.
Watching Sharp leave, Lance very quickly is just like, okay, I do have to stay with him, but two real quick things. One, if you are a tree, you are in tune with the nature of this land, right?
I'm a tree. Yes.
Do you have any sort of like communications with trees in the neighboring lands that may have informed you that that metallic objects out of the sky have landed on them or anything? Yes or no?
Tree gossip takes a while to get around.
Fair
but I'm
enough.
sure
That's
I would hear of it.
fair enough. That's why I asked. And thirdly, cursed woods. Free tell.
Yes, the ones you're currently walking toward. I assume you know about them.
No, I don't. We are not native to this land, so any information that you can give about any potential threats would be much appreciated for the purposes of survival.
Oh, well, you'll probably be fine. It's just, you can get lost in there very easily. Things attack travelers through there who don't carry enough butter.
Wait, so we should get butter?
Yes, it's imperative you travel with a stick of butter.
Okay, let's head back.
That seems rather arbitrary. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, you're a makey person. You got any milk on you?
No, not that. Damn it.
I could trade you some butter.
How do trees
Looks up.
trade?
Looks up at the tree. What, the track? How?
Well, it's simple. Once people come through the forest, I give them stuff, they give me stuff.
Do you trade butter a lot?
Yes.
Because you'd have to trade it quite a bit. Because I doubt you're refrigerated.
I'm a magic tree.
Oh, now you're magic.
I can speak.
So can I.
Also, yeah, Lance is pondering.
Are
on the
you
butter.
not
He's
magic?
like, Lance is pondering on the make the butter idea, and he's like, "Yeah, nah. The more I think about it, the the more I'm like, I don't have the ingredients or equipment right now to make it.
All right, what do you want for some butter?
I want food.
I have some rations.
Yeah, that'll do. Bury it next
Like-
to.
This is jerky. Is that okay? Since you're a plant.
Yeah, whatever. Bury it next to.
Yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Okay, this is a very plied up plant. Bury some jerky at the base of the tree.
Blah. It spits out some butter.
Yeah, he jizzes some butter all over you.
Yeah,
Just
I'll fucking
hunk
hell and
hunk
calculate.
of butter. Mmm.
Okay.
Tasty.
At the same time, I don't need to eat as much as most creatures, and this will, if it doesn't stave off curses, it'll at least make good lubricant. If you give me a dodgy look, he's like, for machinery! Thanks, I guess. We should be on our way. Our friend's getting far off.
Have a good day, travelers.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, bye.
What a weird tree.
That was an interesting. Just trails off into nothing. Just.
That was interesting. Oh. Certainly was.
I mean, our friend's getting further and further away. I couldn't keep talking to it forever.
Oh. And now back over to Hex and the friend. On their noble adventure.
Doing the plot. While the rest of
With
us
no
memeing.
butter. Butterless freaks. I will recommend don't eat the tree butter.
You
Don't worry, I'm not going to.
and your compatriots have made it this far.
What's the next fight we've got to deal with?
17 wolves made of butter.
And you give me a perception check. And your compatriot will also roll.
Here is my perception. Better than last time. Couldn't be hard. Would be hard to be worse.
You don't notice this, but effectively, your compatriot, you go around once, and they on the first loop get it. Like they're like, "Oh, we're magically lost."
How do we get magically unlost?
I don't know, but I do know that I've seen that exact rock before.
Can I like roll Arcana to see if I know anything about like the how to break these kind of enchantments?
Yeah, give me an Arcana roll.
Wow, that was real bad.
Nothing really springs to mind for you.
What happens if we turn around and walk in the opposite direction? Do you think we'll get ourselves unlost back to where we started, or do you think we'll loop back round to the other side of this particular loop?
She's like, it's worth a shot.
Just try.
You peer over here.
Okay. Okay, so that's the same rock, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the same rock.
Okay, okay.
When you look off into the distance, you can just see that you're in like, it's not a massive loop. You can just see the forest extend. You can see the same rock extending on forever.
Let's go north.
Northward ho, Dino bro.
That's the noise you make.
Yeah,
I don't think this is working.
Burn the forest.
Who said that?
You hear giggling noises.
Hello? Please stop laughing at us. We really need to get somewhere.
The giggling intensifies.
Okay, so that's not much help.
Also, I'm very sorry, Graham, that your child has inherited the crazy voice in their head, known as
Damn it.
Andrew.
I'm gonna start scanning for giggling voices.
Cool. Give me a perception.
It can't be investigation.
No, it's a perception check for this one. Unfortunately for you, presumably.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot.
Okay. That's good. You notice. Track them on the right way. Yeah, one of these.
Hidely ho!
You notice it giggling in the bushes.
I like walk towards it. Hello,
Correct.
friend.
Ah, hello.
Are you keeping us stuck here?
Oh, this is my bit of forest.
Oh, it's a lovely bit of forest. You must be very proud.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Would you be willing to let us pass through, please?
Do you have payment?
What would you require as payment?
Well, you see, I'm a bit of a baker, you know.
Bit of a baker.
I only accept butter.
I'm sorry, you only accept butter.
Yes, the only form of payment worth anything around these parts.
I'm like rubbing my temples, looking at my companion,
Please tell me.
looking at the dinosaur.
They look at you.
Do either of you have butter?
The dinosaur shakes its head. Your compatriot also shakes their head. I don't have any butter. Never been this way. Didn't know we need butter.
Are you sure there's nothing else I could offer you, like, than butter?
I mean, you should probably have butter on you.
Why would we have butter on us?
Most people do.
That can't be true.
Sorry, that really tickled us.
I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying statistically that seems unlikely.
But basically, everyone who enters this forest has butter on them.
Is there like a sign somewhere that says like beware, don't enter this forest without butter that we missed?
I don't think so. It's just very common. I've never really wondered or questioned it, to be honest.
Okay, so I'm going to cut to the chase here. My friend, acquaintance,
Uh-huh.
we
Friend,
don't
husband.
possess butter because we didn't know we required it. Would it be possible that you allowed us to continue and then we would bring butter, but coming back the other way to pay you? Like, you can tell we're very trustworthy.
I suppose I'd prefer to send you back the way you came. Then you have to bring me butter on the way past.
But I've heard that there's more butter in the way that we're going than there is in the way we came from.
But then what if you just don't come back?
Well, I'm going to come back. Because I need to return to where I came from. after I get the thing that's on the other side, where all the butter is. Because
Give
there's
me
like
a
I
persuasion
would
check,
like to
Graham.
point out to her that like so there's a bread cult on the other side of the forest, and if a bread cult has one thing, it'll be butter.
Give me a persuasion check, Graham.
Can I get advantage for the other person sticking up for me?
Yeah, they'll help you. They'll
Sick.
chime in with they'll chime in with like, yeah, we're trustworthy. We'll honor our bond.
Because otherwise this is gonna not.
Wow. What in all
Mwah.
hell Jesus?
This is art.
On 20s snake
Crying.
eyes.
You know what? I think you're kind of just a fucking asshole. Get
You know what?
That's a
You know
bit
what?
harsh.
You know what? Fair.
That's a bit harsh.
Now,
Come in here, no
Am
butter
I-
heaven.
if you would pass us through to like the side where the bread cult is, that would be great.
It is about this time that
How long have we been delayed by the pixie with the bread fetish? With the butter fetish?
one.
What does she even use all this butter for? She's a tiny.
I take it we've sort of been lost as well, like to the point where, like Lance is turning on everybody else and goes, "Of course we're going in circles. Look at that tree. It's pine. It's only pine around here."
No,
We
you've
keep
not in
saying
time. To have caught up with us, we have had to been going in circles for ages.
Yeah, I
I
So
mean,
mean,
you're
I was
probably
asking
about-
the DM.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like I don't know if that's actually true yet.
Yeah. I mean, I
Also,
was
if
just
this
mainly
is
just
fair
doing-
shit, you could be walking for months.
Yeah. But we could have been as well. We both could have been.
you think that time has probably been distorted a bit. For
bit.
things to have happened.
Who carries butter through a forest? What kind of insane person?
Is it a
All
perception?
reasonable people.
Would it be a perception check to hear Hex saying that?
No, it's very obvious.
Oh,
For fuck's sake.
They're on top of a dinosaur being really disgruntled by.
You should-
heads in their direction.
You little asshole, you should really just have someone put up a sign that says there's a butter toll ahead. Because otherwise that's really disingenuous of you.
Here's you.
Coming to my house insulting me about my butter toll.
Yeah, bitch.
Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
Here's this argument, and then like approaches from a distance and going.
See,
And
this
then
guy, this guy gets it.
Yeah,
With
we're
you-
not with them.
you didn't even let me speak yet.
No.
You didn't even let me say anything yet. I was gonna say I'm coming in from the distance. And goes, and there was me thinking that tree was full of it.
They
Did
float
I
around
hear?
you, and they're
Did I
like,
hear something about a butter tax?
Yeah, you three have your butter, right?
Blech. Butter.
I mean, yeah, it holds out like the wrap, like a piece of wrapped paper that has like some butter, and it's like, is this enough to allow myself and my companions passage through here?
Yes, this is more than enough for the three of you. About like 50% of the butter vanishes. And they're like, you may now all go. Just you three. These fucking assholes need to learn to pay the butter tax. Who doesn't come with butter?
How can we learn to pay the butter tax unless you let us leave to go get butter?
Well, you can
did-
leave the way you came to go get butter. Now
You
be
clearly
gone.
didn't speak to the tree.
What tree?
The one
Let's
with the
talk the
Lorax next to it.
All I know is we got
Yes.
attacked by wolves and moved on.
Oh, so that's who that was.
The way is
And
now
this
open to you. for
Asshole of a pixie stopping us here.
You probably should
I
be
mean-
nicer to fair creatures.
Fuck you, bitch.
Aww.
You
Not
said
you,
half
the
butter
pixie.
disappears. you said half the butter
Okay.
disappears. Lance is just like, here to Hex.
You want some butter?
Lawrence, you're muted.
Look, we've paid your butter tax. Now me and my friends are going to leave you in peace.
Yes, the 3 of you can go. I'm not bothered about you 3.
No, the 4 of us.
There's,
5.
That's why I handed
You
the
paid
butler
6.
Hex.
there's 6 of you.
The person about the dinosaur was like, wait, what?
Sure, the 4 of you can go. You 3.
And dinosaur.
Yes, and the dinosaur.
Banner.
Yes.
At least I gave Hexa the remainder of my butter.
Yeah, I'm just
Unless-
like,
unless you
hey,
didn't do it.
hey, I've found some butter.
Oh, you have butter now.
I found some butter.
Sharp, you are gone. So what? You've had butter this whole time?
I didn't have butter this whole time. I acquired butter while we were standing here.
I'm gonna need more butter than that.
But you took less than this for 4 people.
Yep. That's enough for one of you to go.
Here, I give the butter to my NPC friend. I'm like, you give her the butter and go.
Oh, thanks. I need to catch up to my dinosaur.
Yeah, you go do that. I'll sit here until this bitch gets bored. You know what you know I've dealt with immortal people before, right? You know that. And I
fair enough.
always win the staring contest.
Well, you're free to leave whenever you please.
You will give me passage through this fucking forest, you piece of shit pixie.
They fly to the bottom of this tree, open the door.
I follow them to the bottom of the tree, and I put my foot in the door so they can't shut it.
They walk inside their very small house.
You will not get clear of me. I will keep insulting you until you are so done you need to let me go.
Oh. Hex.
Yeah?
Give me a in perception check.
A what check?
Perception check.
Oh, I'm good at those. And by that I mean I'm not good at those.
Hex.
Uh-huh.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm great at those.
Yo.
Excellent.
Finally. All those nat ones paid off.
Hex, you turn around and there's a bunch of like lights in front of you. But and for a brief moment you're like getting confused, but you manage to like shake it off.
Hey, you can't use that spell against me. I'm like gonna try and like reach in and grab wherever the fuck this pixie is inside their house.
The door is quite small, but you give me an acrobatics.
I'm just
get your
imagining they
fingers
do the cookie jar
nimble
thing.
in.
The hand gets in, they grab the pixie, they can't get their hand out.
Yeah, you reach in and your hand gets stuck. You notice the pixie at a high, like, from a little hole higher up in the tree, sort of a balcony for them. They like lean out with your hand stuck in the hole. Like, that's very rude of you.
I magic missile the pixie.
I see.
From inside the house, which is like hits.
Yeah, like smashes through all their shit and hits them.
Yeah, roll magic missile damage.
Stop being a prick.
Give me another wisdom saving throw. Cool. You do hit them with a bunch of damage, and they go ow, 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 ow.
We can end this. We could both be out of each other's like hair if you just let me go.
I tell you what, I will make a deal.
Got any
What?
butter?
Since you seem so butter just hating, I'll let you go, and all you have to give me instead is a little favor.
What favor?
Just something for me to call on whenever I want. Just do one thing for me, and you can go.
No, parameters need to be decided now. I'm not making fucking fate deals.
Sure thing. How about you just give me something like, your name? That seems a fair trade.
Nope. Go fuck yourself.
Hmm. How about, joy? Do you have some
Nope.
laughs lying around?
Go fuck yourself. I got none of that.
Got any, got any breath?
Nope. None of that.
Hmm.
Made of fire.
Tooth?
No.
Hmm.
This
Got
conversation
any
goes on
spare-
for many days till we return with butter.
Got any spare bones?
What I know of.
Hmm. Got any sparks?
A what?
Just sparks.
Just like sparks.
Yeah. I want your
Use-
sparks.
I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna say no.
How about your flicker?
Again, gonna say no.
What do you have?
I am willing to pay you 5 gold for passage, which you could then spend on a lot of butter.
That doesn't have any value to me.
It does. It has a value in butter that you can later acquire.
No,
Burn the
places where I go
forest.
don't deal in gold.
I
It's not
feel
for
we're in. I feel we're at an impasse where you're holding what is obviously a penniless stranger, in your opinion, hostage, which is very unhospitable.
Well, you've clearly got things, but you don't want to give me any of your things.
I've got nothing that's for you.
Very well, I guess you can just stay there.
You know that dress makes you look fat, right? And you can cut to everyone else while I am stuck here for the rest of time.
The rest of time. This conversation
I will-
happening for eternity.
I'm betting that she'll get fed up with me before I'm fed up of insulting this fucking pixie.
It's like you're still talking to Pixie, and Joseph just starts going, "Hey Graham, roll like 4d6. Now roll another 4d6. Now roll another 4d6."
It's like, here's your new stats for your new character.
Yeah.
Eventually she'll let me go. I'm annoying enough.
Yeah, eventually, if you guys drag yourselves onto this map, you'll appear in a swamp.
I'm sure the person that I sacrificed myself for will come back for me eventually.
Where are we? Over there next to the dinosaur. Can I be
Yeah.
on the dinosaur?
No.
Animal handling question mark.
You can't roll animal hand. To see if the dinosaur likes you enough.
God, I suck at this. This was a bad idea. Never mind.
Are you taking the time to cast guidance?
No, I'm
I mean, they rolled with a.
Oh, okay. It's still good enough. The dinosaur is like friendly to you.
Yeah.
A moment later, though, the dinosaur's owner appears.
Hi.
They leap up on top of the dinosaur. It's my dinosaur.
I'm small as space. Right?
That's fair. Does your fox want to come on too?
I know they kind of make. I don't know. They kind of make their own decisions.
Do they eat foxes?
Yes.
Then yes, I will go on their back where they can't see me.
Yeah, Lance was just about to chime in, and then when they say yes, he like, I'm sure these are herbivores.
Usually.
I'll scout ahead a little bit and have a look around.
Sharp, you encounter a flower here that says, "Hey, you!"
That's just what we need.
Oh
more talking
god, another
plants.
one of these bloody talking plants.
Need
Yeah.
any butter?
What?
Ah.
Yes.
Oh, you do! That's great. Most people who come out of there don't need butter. I suppose you might want some for the return trip.
Oh.
We do have a
Can,
friend
can
stuck
I
in
have
there.
2 lots of butter, please?
Oh, you want 2 lots of butter? That's gonna cost
Actually,
you big.
can I have 3? Can I have 3 actually?
Sharp, you need to
Oh,
give
big
something in exchange.
spender.
You need to give
How-
something in exchange.
Hey, big
What do you got on
spender.
you?
Here's some rations that I have.
It wants 6 days of rations in exchange for all of the butter.
Are you sure that you can't do like 2?
No, need the rations to make the butter.
Look,
Gotta have
I'm
left over, otherwise there's no profit in it.
look, I'm a poor bastard. Come on.
Roll persuasion.
Uh, 17.
It's like, tell you what, I'll do it for 5 days of butter.
5 days of rations.
5 days of rations for your butter order.
Sure.
Okay. Bury them next to me.
Gets down, digs a hole next to the plant and shoves the rations in. Buries the rations.
That's the stuff. Okay. Blah. Vomits up like 3 giant balls of butter.
Okay. Thank you. Heads back to where I last left the other person.
You head back
I mean-
into...
I mean, we're still moving along on the dinosaur, I think.
I don't get on the dinosaur. I'm going back for our companion.
Okay. You go back to... this one. Sharp reappears. Huh? Ah, Butter Boy! You're back again.
Wow.
Call me that and I'll blow your brains out. On the other hand,
Yeah, he gets it.
I have come to free my friend here.
Very well, Butter Boy. Got any butter?
I'll hand over 1 stick of butter. Here's your bloody butter.
I'm sorry, your word's no good.
What?
Your word, it's no good.
What do you mean?
You just broke a promise.
Well done, Joseph.
I'll shoot the fucker in the face.
Lawrence, you are unable to move against the creature that you have broken a promise to.
Wait, what promise did he make?
He promised that he'd blow her brains out if she called him Butterboy again, and she
Oh
called
my
him
god!
Butterboy, and then he didn't do that. So he just broke a
Oh,
promise to a fae.
hey,
It wasn't a promise, it was a threat.
Words
hey,
carry meaning in this context, unfortunately.
hey, Pixie, fucking asshole, Pixie. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I go and pick up his butter and like, hey, can I pay passage?
Yes, that's enough for you to go.
Is this enough for me to take him out here as well?
Well, I want to claim something from him first.
Could you not? This is like our first day knowing each other. I'd rather not have him lose something like horrendous to a fucker like you.
The pixie throws some pixie dust over him, and it's like, you can go now.
Huh, okay, I carry him away.
Yeah, you both leave the forest. Oh, I'm so glad one of you got Fae shenanigans.
Got fade.
Such a dumb feint shenanigan to get as well. Oh, that was... I didn't notice that when he said it.
I did, but wanted to see if Joseph was going to say anything.
I'm like, get out of the forest. I'm like, Sharp, you okay?
Yeah, Sharp, whatever was compelling you to not move before, it seems to have stopped.
I'm fine. Next time, I'm leaving you in the bloody forest.
I mean, okay, sure, next time when you get trapped for making Fae deals badly, I'll leave you as well.
Look, I didn't have to come back for you.
I was very thankful you came back for me. You can't blame me for you being bad around fairies. Oh, you do know that fairies are rude, right?
What the hell is a fairy? They're not real.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
technically, you would know about fairies as a mythological creature, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they're in children's stories.
I explained to him that fairies are real and incredibly dangerous, and that one was especially bitchy about butter for some reason.
Stupid world and its stupid fairy rules and...
Oh,
I'm
the
going to
title-
tell you... I would like to tell you that the fairies are on all worlds. They just live in sort of like, they usually live in like a plane of existence just beyond ours, like beyond a veil, usually.
Yes, it's
They're not
usually a
on
sort of
my
space-
world.
It's usually
I'm-
a sort of space between space.
Man, the title of this episode would be so much better now if it was called Butter Bitch. But
I can make that happen.
I'm gonna explain to Sharp that probably they are real in your world and hiding behind the veil in specific locations, like hence why you have folklore of them. They don't like being seen by too many people or in too like built up an area.
Look,
They also
let's
hate
just
technology.
move on.
Does your planet have a lot of technology?
Who keeps saying these things?
We have people to find.
Fox
Your
realizes you're
companion-
back. Yep.
yeah, your
Yep.
companion on top of the dinosaur says, "Yeah, it's this talking fox."
Yep.
I look at the fox and I'm like, "You can talk?
Yep.
Okay, can you say words other than yip, or is yip the extent of your conversation?"
Yep.
I would remind you the other people have heard you talking if
I
they're
kn-
telling Colin you were talking.
I know that.
No, I'm saying that in character.
Yep.
I like look at everybody else.
I'll
and be
go
like,
on.
Is it possible you just don't understand them? Looks at
What?
in like
Are you hearing them say something other than yip when they say yip
No.
right now?
no.
Okay, so for some reason they're talking around the rest of you and not me.
Look,
That's
this doesn't matter
suspicious.
right now. This doesn't matter right now. We have people to find.
The NPC scratches under your chin, Andrew, He's like, oh, does the little guy not like it when Hex is around?
Yeah, you get it. I mean, yep.
Oh.
I heard that, you fucking bitch.
No, you didn't. Yep.
Can't
Who's
just
a
say
little
yep after you
good-
say another sentence.
Who's a good little fox? Oh.
I'm stabbing that fox.
Look, we've got no time for infighting. We've got people to find.
I've got bread to capture.
Look, go to a bakery.
I think he's after I think she's after a specific kind of bread.
The sentient
Go to a
magical
specialized
kind of bread.
bakery.
Man, I do not want to go to a bakery that specializes in sentient bread. Do not want that.
Bread's not alive. It's a thing that you eat. Now let's
I
go.
know that.
Technically,
I don't want
sourdough
it to
is
exist.
alive.
Lance, roll me a history check.
Oh God. What's this going to be? History. Fourth. Nine.
One of the things you were fed during your past was sentient.
No. Ah.
It brings back PTSD-esque memories for you.
Yeah. That's
No,
even
look.
more the reason why I don't want it to exist. But he doesn't specify why he's saying that last bit.
Look, there isn't. Bread's bread, okay? It's either moldy and maggoty or it's not.
So, I will explain. Her mother accidentally, weirdly cloned herself into bread, and then the bread had a baby, and the baby was sentient bread. But I
What
don't know
you're
if
saying
the
makes
bread's mother was even really a person, so whether, like, by definition, this, like, sentient bread I'm after technically is parentless because of the whole, like, her mother wasn't a real person.
Those
Look.
poisonous crossbow bolts are looking ill friend now.
look,
Wait, what about their
We-
father? Their father's real though.
Yeah, but, like, if the mother's real, then what's the point? If the mother's not real, then they're like, how did the baby exist? It's like a whole weird, like, kind of a paradox that's created this creature. Person.
Maybe we just don't
Or,
think about it too much.
or some sort of horrendous genetics technology.
Yeah, I
Look.
don't know how you work when half your genetics are bread and half your genetics are the god of heroism.
look.
Like
Bread isn't people. Bread isn't people.
The kobold blinks a couple of times, like, and then just like, what?
Yeah, like, so, like, technically the bread was also a bread clone of, like, a god as well, but, like, I don't know how gods make bread clones. It never made sense. My aunt could never explain it properly.
Like, squints his eyes, like, just from what I've read about divine beings, they could just sort of do what they want.
That's not how that works, but divine beings have, like, a bunch of, like, restrictions on them.
I mean, I
Look,
know that.
Is there
I
a
know
small
that.
Is there a small thing running around?
There is a hobgoblin who's
Heidi
just walking by you
ho!
guys.
Hello, hobgoblin.
He's not bothered, but he's like, oh, hi, how you doing?
Do you know where the cult of bread is?
Oh, those heretics. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like gestures and points the way he came from. Yeah, that way.
If you're heading into the forest, did you remember your butter?
Yeah, do you have any butter on you?
Oh, oh yeah. Normally the plants offer the butter, but no, when
Yeah,
have I did
I'll
anything
point to the
that's
plant.
odd.
I'll point to the plant that offers butter.
Yeah, he walks up to this plant and is like, "Hey, butter plant, you got any butter for me?" And the plant remains silent. He's like, "Ah,
Look, here's some butter.
oh, thanks." Do you want something for it? I got like a couple of.
Uh,
Do you want like a silver coin for the butter?
Sure.
Sure. Hands you a silver. Thanks.
You don't happen to know the location. You didn't happen to see any weird spacecraft fly over a little while ago, did you?
What is a spacecraft? Is it some sort of like new tool?
Some like
Shiny thing in the
did you see
sky.
did you see anything going through the sky that may have crashed far off in roughly this direction?
Oh, like a comet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kinda.
comet.
I think think there were a couple of rumors about one landing near the city, but
How far is that?
uh, it's maybe like a day's ride by horse.
Which direct?
How far? How far by foot?
Probably like 2 days.
Which direction?
Okay.
He gestures in the direction that he pointed in when you asked about where the bread cultists are.
East.
How many miles is that?
2 days by foot. 5, 3,
He doesn't really know.
ECC.
What's a he asks you what's a mile.
It's a measurement of distance.
It's about
How far is
140
it?
miles sharp.
100.
That is assuming we don't take breaks.
It's more like going to be like 3 or 4 days if it's 140 miles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's assuming that we don't take breaks. 100.
Okay, assuming we travel approximately 20 miles a day, we should get there in a reasonable time, but we'll probably have to travel at a faster pace.
No, actually, if we set up a camp and have to rest, like if that's being assumed into the travel, if that is being taken into the travel time for these people just to the hobgoblin, it's probably more like 22,
Look,
more like 66, 70. So if we do 20
oh,
miles a day, yeah, we'll probably get there in like. If we do 20 miles a day, we'll probably get there in like 2 or 3. No, 3.
sure, sure. Okay, let's get go. Thank you. Take care. Let's get going. We can't afford to waste any more time.
Okay. Well, have a good trip.
You too. Take care.
Well, that was a nice interaction, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at least helpful and informed.
Yeah.
Asking for butter.
He just wanders through the forest that way with his butter.
Instead of they were at least helpful and informative instead of asking for butter and talking about sentient bread. Shudders at the thought, in like a mixture of disgust and fear.
So yeah, do you guys head that way?
Yeah. Is it okay? Lance is like, is it okay with folks if I stay on the back of this and work on my gun? Starts tweaking the crossbow some more.
I'll be keeping an eye out for creatures and people and other crap.
She doesn't seem to mind. Although it's like it's not the most stable surface, the back of a dinosaur.
No.
So I'll say while you're crafting, while you're like doing stuff like this, it would be like your time taken would be halved.
I mean, I am just applying my infusions that I got from the level up.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the idea that they just pop into existence is a little bit silly. So like, it should take at least a little bit of like tweaking of the crossbow to apply all of the new effects that it gets.
In which case, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm just fluffing up what he got with his level up. I don't actually have the tools or materials yet to actually go, this is downtime activity to reach this goal. It's just, I got these infusions, here's flint, and putting it together.
You do notice she is wearing gloves though, and has
Do I,
a
see- I mean, if he saw the crossbow bolts, he'd be like, oh, you're the one who fired those.
He's like, yeah,
Aren't they horrendously impractical?
not really. They're pretty
I mean,
deadly.
you need PPE to handle them.
Just wear gloves.
I have my gauntlets.
Wear
They
better
did
gloves.
nothing.
I don't know.
How are they made anyway? Do you steep them in poison for 48 hours first?
No,
You could just steep the end, you know.
Yeah, but I just make them from a poisonous tree. Also, these are magic gloves. You need better gloves.
True. Right tool for the job feature pulls out like Dremel and just starts like etching sigils into his scale mail. Again, flavor for armor of magical strength. He's like, I can't apply poison resistance, I think, but I can do this.
Cool. Fair do. You keep on keeping on. You guys made it out of the Fey Woods. Only
Yeah.
one contract.
Broken? Made and
Broken, yeah.
broken?
Established and broken within the same few seconds.
Yeah. At which point you guys will come to my favorite location that you guys go to early on.
Which he says every time we go to a new place.
This one just happens to be a particular favorite of mine.
Is this where you throw the 5 tier mats at?
The pit of Tiamat.
Yeah, you meet like 400 Tiamats here. That's what this location is.
And
How did you
arguing
know?
over who's the best Tiamat.
I mean, you've been going on and on about it for weeks. I can't wait for you to meet the 100 tier mats so they breath weapon you all at once.
Yeah, it's D&D
We're level 2.
Level 2 can take
Yeah.
down Tiamat.
Yeah. Level 2. Level 2? I should be throwing twice that many Tiamats at you then. Can't believe I'm only throwing the regular number. It's honestly generous that I'm only throwing this many Tiamats at you. Now you guys make it here. You would notice something.
There's a tree.
There is a tree.
Big tree.
There's also a lady. She's just sitting by the tree.
Oh, is this another fear?
Also, it's getting quite late. Like, the lady appears to be sleeping.
It is getting quite late, providing that this civilian is not bothered about us setting up a camp and tree. It does make decent shelter from the elements.
I'll call over from here. Ma'am, are you okay, ma'am?
She, like, snores a bit and, like, comes to and is like, oh, what? Hmm?
You okay, ma'am? You're out here all by yourself.
Oh! Oh, is it that late already? Oh. Probably not gonna have time to make it back. Uh-oh.
Shaw, Sergeant Richard Shaw.
No, it's nice to meet you. I'm
Uh,
Ellie. How do you do?
33rd Regiment of Foot. How do you do?
Good? napping, but nap too long, obviously.
Like we're going to be setting up camp here for the night. Do you want to stay here whilst we stay here for tonight, and you can make your way back home in the morning?
Yeah, sure. If you guys have like camping stuff, I'm down.
Good, good. You don't happen to know the local area, do you?
Yeah. I am a local.
Yeah, do you know where we could possibly get further supplies?
Yeah, I keep some inside this tree if you want them.
Sure. Not right now necessarily, but in the morning maybe, and I'd be more than willing to compensate you.
Oh yeah, it's no trouble. Do you guys set up like some tents and stuff?
I mean, that's certainly what I'm suggesting. It is getting late, and this tree does appear to be sufficient for shelter.
Sure.
Don't need tents. Tents are useless.
I mean,
Right.
I'm not going to use one. I will make a fire, however.
Is there any tea?
She pulls out a tent.
Sharp will go and sit down on the trunk next to the trunk of the tree and sort of like start cleaning his weapons.
I'll make the fire near you. This is it. Once we get the fire going, if you need if you need to boil water for that tea, we'll have a fire going for it.
Good. Once I've cleaned my weapons, I'll put the tea on.
Everyone give me a perception check.
16.
Yeah.
9.
Ah, solid 11 and 9 and a 10 from Hex. We'd all do it. We're all so perceptive. I'm glad someone did better.
16.
Yeah, the Sharp and Lance and the friend you've made along the way would all notice that the tree has some pretty cool sap. It's glowy and it's blue.
Oh, is this one that turns to the... What's your name, by the way? I don't think we got that. We've been traveling long enough to NPC.
Oh. Just call me Tish.
Tish, is this the type of tree that you make your bolts out of?
Nope. But it is a weird tree.
Okay. Or would you like some sort of intelligence-based check as to whether I have read about this sort of thing or not, or able to figure out what it is just by
Give me an Arcana check.
by like taking someone like one of my smith's tools and just like applying water to it or something like that. I will guidance myself for a 27.
You think this sap has something to do with conjuration magic?
I mean, I'll start harvesting it.
How's it taste?
It's my... Good question. Do I just lick it?
Do you lick it?
I want to lick it, but like
Don't be a fool.
a couple of hours ago I
Don't
was
be a
nearly
fool.
drugged.
What I will do is, again, because I've taken some of it onto Smith's tools, like a blade or a file or something. I would apply it to.
Just after being nearly drugged.
I would apply it to something organic, like a flower or something that I find on.
You apply it to a flower. The flower begins to change color.
Hmm.
I'll get the tea leaves out of my pocket and put them in the pot of boiling water.
Sure. You make tea.
Eh, hmm.
But yeah, effectively it
Is it?
sits like it sits in the center of the flower that you've put it on, effectively, as like a ball, and the petals of the flower go from a white to a sort of like purpley color.
Hmm. What if I
Uh,
put it in like, if I like mix it into, like he's just gonna start experimenting with it. Like he'll like apply some heat to it by like putting it in one of the empty alchemy jars and like holding it in the bottom of the jar in the boiling water in like a pot over the fire, or he'll like mix it with some water and see if it does anything, stuff like that. Just
uh,
with what he does have to hand currently, he'll just start like see if about it without just straight up tasting it.
Water seems to flow on top of it.
Okay, that's really low density, or heavy, or no, really high density. Sorry.
And like it doesn't seem to mix together by just sort of stirring it. When you heat it up, it doesn't reach like on the fire. It doesn't reach a boiling point as far as you can tell. It just seems to get hot. It does change hue. It becomes a sort of deeper blue when it gets hot.
Oh, does anyone? One second.
But it doesn't
How
emit.
how does everyone
Sorry.
how does everyone like their tea?
Never had.
Same.
Everyone,
Strong.
Answer.
roll me a d20, everyone who's not Hex, who has already got opinions on tea. Andrew, you fucking love tea.
Could like Lance say to like I'm gonna still roll, but could Lance say to or Lance is just going to say to Sharp, says you seem to be the connoisseur who knows about this sort of thing. Make it the way that you think it should be had, and then I'll have that.
Yeah, Joseph, for that role, I'm gonna take that as never had tea before. They say, yeah, I'll just have whatever you think's right, and then they're just like, lick, no, 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 more.
About 10,
Lan,
right on the
tea's
middle.
like it's a fine drink, yeah. You'd have it again. It's nothing like amazing to you, but you know, it's alright.
I desire more of your magical
Oh,
leaf water.
the tea that Sharp makes tastes particularly better because he keeps it in the same place that he keeps some of his gunpowder.
Mm.
I really like that aftertaste. I don't know what it is.
Like Lance, laps the inside, like the edges of his mouth and stuff with dragon tongue. I do believe that's some sort of propellant or pyrotechnics by the taste of it.
It's nice.
It does add a certain sort of like burnt sort of taste to it, despite the fact that it's liquid.
The peasant girl also tries the tea, and she likes it. She does say it's a bit bitter for her taste, though.
The
Green tea's really good for meditation. More green tea.
The boost of energy brought on by the caffeine would be good for getting work done. As he continues to ponder the sap.
Yeah, what happens if you put the sap in the magic water?
Don't ruin the tea. I will shoot you.
I am going to do what the connoisseur with the gun says.
There.
But yeah.
Lem.
Yeah, from your experiments, that's what you've learned that happens with the weird glowy blue liquid. Although you
we'll
do
ju-
notice
we'll-
upon like closer inspection, it does have sparkles in it.
since we're resting, if I cast detect, does it just like light up with conjuration?
Yes, it is very bright with conjuration magic.
Eh. If I continue like again rest before I actually like sleeping to like scrape away and or harvest more little of the tree I can reach, if I'm putting some in the alchemy jars that I have, would I get like 1 or 2 jars full?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand, 20, the
Uh,
dirtiest of 20s.
You're able to harvest this without specifically touching any of it. You get
Yeah,
like
in the jars and the tools.
you get like what containers do you have on you? Are you-
The like the small like jar like ampules that you get in the alchemist's kit.
Yeah, you can fill them up with this sap.
I have 6 of them. How many do I fill? Like 2 or 3?
You would fill one and half of another.
I mean, obviously, the
1.5.
next skill is human testing.
I would rather I'd rather exhaust all other avenues testing people. I'd sooner test it on myself.
But yeah, you all settle in for the night. The dinosaur heals up. The poor thing
I
is
sleep
injured.
on top of the dinosaur, so it does not know where I am.
Andrew, the next morning you're woken up as the dinosaur is sniffing where you were lying. It just looks confused.
Well, that's where my snack was. Where's it gone?
If only one of you could speak to animals.
If
Then
only.
you'd know. This dinosaur's been making quips this whole time.
Oh, he's so witty.
Yeah. But yeah, you wake up the next morning. The peasant girl wakes up as well. Starts packing up her tent. And is like, yeah, so you guys want these supplies?
Sure. How much?
Oh, I just thought I'd give them to you.
I can't have you going without compensation.
Just for you guys keeping me, like, protected and company on the way back to town.
Oh,
I mean,
cool. Thank you.
if you're going in the same direction, that's fair.
She walks behind the tree. You guys would hear a scream.
I'll run round.
Sharp. There's no one there.
I'll get my sword out and start hacking at the tree.
Give me an attack roll. Oh, this is amazing. I really like that this has occurred.
23.
That's a great sword.
Yeah, Sharp. You successfully hit the tree, first off.
Uh-huh.
Good, we'll get to see how the conjuration sap affects steel. Turns it into wood. Oh shit! That's really effective.
Lance, as soon as Sharp's sword cuts, like, deep into the tree, you would notice a few things.
Mhm.
One of which is that Sharp generally ceases to be where he was. And 2, that the gash in the tree has some blue sap.
Well, conjuration is often associated with teleportation. Is this tree like a gateway or some kind? Leans around to the tree. Yo, Hex and Fox, you two also seem to be magically inclined. I think this thing might be like a ley line or something. Detect magic just in case.
It's a magic tree.
Yeah, but is there like any residual like wish?
The only thing glowing is the sap.
But she just walked around here. Is there like any evidence as to she was even there at all? Them?
You can see her footprints on the ground. It looks like
Yes.
she leant over to like. You can see that there's like a natural sort of hole in the tree where you'd guess she's probably hidden her things,
Right.
and she like leaned in to grab them and then just gone. Because there's no like there's footprints. You can find the exact footprints that she would have been like leaning over on, and then
Yep.
there's just no more after that.
And where did Sharp Sword hit? Near that hole?
Or
Or just
yeah.
anywhere?
I mean, he just struck anywhere, but like it would have been near the hole.
I mean, I'm guessing that she touched some of the sap, and his sword touched the sap. Or something like that.
Going to try to look after new friend. Who was to reach into where it looks like the lady was going to grab our supplies from.
Okay. Give me.
What he's doing is he's simulating what he thinks her life to see if he gets the same result.
Give me a sleight of hand.
16.
You reach in there and a little drop of sap falls from the ceiling, but you dart your hand out of the way at the last second.
Small hands. What supplies does she have in there if can reach? If I can reach. But if I can reach and grab them, what is actually there?
There's some food, there's like a short bow, 10 arrows, and a journal.
I'd be careful what you touch, because you don't know what else has been dripped on.
It'd be incredibly rude, but I'm low-key tempted to check the journal if this lady frequented this tree and written anything about it. You know, before we just go slathering the sap all over ourselves.
Do you go? I mean, yeah, you can grab the journal. Do you read it?
He's not gonna dwell on details. He's gonna like flick because it might be personal, but he's like it might if she's been here before. There might be details about this thing and what it is. So would like skim read through it and see if there's any mention of this like tree with this strange sap.
Okay. The first entry is sort of crudely written. There's lots of spelling errors and stuff. Seems to be like her name written a few times, but like misspelled and basic letters and small words, effectively. flicking further and further through, there's like some sentences written about like, today I saw 3 birds, and so on and so forth. And you can tell that the dialogue is getting more complicated as the journal goes on.
Hang on a minute,
Until
is this going like the earliest ones are just loads of garbled misspells, and then as it gets more recent, it's becoming more eloquent?
Yeah.
Alright, so she's been learning to write. Right.
Yes. And effectively, what you would learn is that basically she spends a lot of her time, a lot of her free time running around exploring the nearby fields.
Mhm.
She seems to be a fairly adventurous spirit. I want you to make me an insight roll.
I can't. 6.
Yeah, it's just like she just seems to be a village girl who has a big hobby for exploring nearby areas. And like it seems like this is the first time, the latest entry would effectively detail that this is the first time she's ever been here. And she's like found a little hole in the tree, and she's like stored her stuff in it. And then she's gonna take a quick nap and then head back to the village. But you think that she's like mistimed how long it would take her to get back.
Mhm.
I assume you also skip, like you'd find a few things in there about crushes and days out and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
as soon as it gets to that, he's like, skip.
Yeah. Not bothered about
Ye-
any of that.
I mean, he'll not pry into none of that.
Sure.
Okay, so then we're just learning how to write, and we're just exploring this place. They don't know what this tree is. Or at least if they do, they haven't written it down.
One thing would catch your attention, and that one of the entries is really long. But it does begin just like a regular day that seems unrelated to these events. And if you
Oh,
don't
if
want
it's
to cry, obviously you wouldn't
if
read it. But like,
it depends. If it was a large issue worth writing,
it's like 4 or 5 pages, and it seems to be one day's entry.
yeah. But if they've put that much any time and energy into putting that much information to paper, it must be something important. Unless he starts reading it, and they just start going off on one about their crush, and it just keeps on going on the way that he's like, oh, okay, that's what that is. But
I mean,
if it's anything else, he would like carry on.
it seems to be like a fairly mundane day up to a point, and then they meet their crush at one point in the day.
And then that's right.
Uh,
Turns out they're a fair. Oh shit.
do you keep reading?
He would like, as soon as it's like they meet their crush, if there's still like 4 pages left, he'd like go on the next page and look at like the start of the next paragraph to see
Okay.
if like context or anything like that has changed or subject matter has changed, and then he would like go to paragraph, unless it's like, okay, every start of this paragraph is like gushing, so
Next page, and then I killed them and hid the body.
there it is. Literally says
Skip,
that out loud
skip,
to everybody
skip.
else. There it is. There's the rub. There's the. They just seem so nice.
You don't know
If
what
you
the
read-
crush was like. Maybe they're evil as fuck.
I mean, if you.
I
if you
mean,
read-
that's
you
what I'm
read it-
reading more into.
If you read the entry in more detail, it just reads like someone recounting their day, and then at some point they have a psychotic break and murder like 80 people.
We've all been there.
Guys, I think I think our new friend slash fellow air crash survivor has been teleported away with a psycho killer, and he doesn't know.
On the bright side, the Crush never found out it was them, and neither did the lawmen. Well, the ones that survived. She did kill a fair number of them.
He as it gets to like that bit, just the way that it's written and the attitude, the mentality that is being put on display, it like sends a shiver shut. As he's like, it's like a shiver of like a cringe, like
Very
snaps
cringe,
it
bro.
shut. It's a bit worse than that, but yes.
Murder
Unfortunately, I think the only way to go after them is to actually come into contact with the sap.
I mean, you technically still don't know it teleports. It could just kill you.
I'm just trying to put two and two together because it is giving off tons of conjuration, and conjuration is associated with teleportation. And if it just killed them, I'd think that there'd be a bit more evidence that happened. Well, I'd like to think that. It didn't it didn't kill plant life that I put it on.
Just change
It
its
just
color.
made them it just made them change color. I'm gonna have to experiment with this on myself. Aren't
What are you guys gonna do?
Just staring at the kobold.
as you can clearly see the gears in his head turning, and like changing gears and such. He's like tapping like the side of his snout, and he's like trying to think of some other way of intelligence gathering on this thing without using other people, including himself.
Andrew, you notice the dinosaur's sniffing in the air. It thinks it's found food, but every time it turns around, there's no food there.
Maybe feed it to this
Does it-
dinosaur.
Does it keep turning into the same spot?
It just keeps doing a 180, but it can't find the food.
I mean, they're clearly a psychopath.
It's sniffing at the end, doing a 180 because it can't find the. It
You-
can't. Hey, oh fuck! What did this person say to call again?
For reference, Lance, give me an investigation check as well, real quick.
I think it was like Tish or something that she said to call her.
Yeah, Tish.
Tish, is your dinosaur alright? Does it usually do this?
Oh. Only when it's hungry. I guess I can feed it.
That investigation was a 7. Unless
don't-
anybody who are alpha rate the help.
You're good. She reaches onto the backpack of the thing, saying, "Oh, normally not this hungry." Oh, feeds it wolf meat, and it's pretty happy with that.
Hang on a minute, you have meat.
Yeah, loads of wolf meat.
Is it okay if I grab a piece of that?
Yeah, sure. Hands you chunk of meat.
Plonks chunk of meat on floor, dabs some of the sap into it.
The chunk
With detect magic on.
magic does flow into the chunk of meat, but doesn't, like, if it's just on the floor, Nothing happens to it, other than it's just covered in the goo.
Okay. Takes a crossbow bolt,
Mm-hmm.
stab into it,
Yeah.
places on crossbow, fires crossbow into tree
When the
with the meat on the end.
meat hits the tree, the meat and the bolt would vanish, leaving the tree unharmed.
Okay, more evidence towards it teleporting, not killing, because that was dead matter. But the sap didn't seem to do anything to the meat. You know what? I'm just gonna try this. Opens the jar that was like half full.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, fuck it. Opens the jar that was half apprehensive, sort of like tension, like puts like one of his claws in, and
Yeah.
if
You touch.
nothing happens to his claw, he'd like touch it with his actual.
Yeah. It's fine. It's like slightly sticky.
Okay. Not immediately dead. Pulls out finger and like rubs it between finger. Not dead and undergoing any magical transformation.
Yeah, it's a slightly sticky substance.
And with detect magic active, still concentrating on it, it doesn't seem to be affecting me.
I mean, like magic is flowing into your hand. You can see that, but like, it's not doing anything to you.
Hey, maybe it needs a force. Like, put it on your hand and clap your hands.
Well, it is on my hand, and I'm pressing it between my finger and. He like taps his finger and thumb together a few times.
Yeah, and it's just sticky between your fingers and thumb.
Turns to you guys. More. The evidence is piling up. This is some sort of ley line portal. It's not unheard of for things like this to be doorways to places like the Feywild, which we've already walked through a place with a ton of that in it.
Yeah, so how attached are you to those two?
I mean, I kind of do. Myself and that sharp guy seem to be all, similar minds in terms of camaraderie and, help a brother out. So I'd like to. I would like to go after him. The psycho killer doesn't matter. Essentially, what Lance is saying, I feel like I've
You've bonded with the other guy.
bonded with the fellow gun nerd. Even though that they do seem quite angsty, and Lance is a bit more chilled out. He's still like. Okay, I'm just gonna straight up say this. I know bread person, but would you guys accompany me in attempting to bring him back through this door? Nothing. Great.
Hey, so I'm just back from having been disconnected for a while. We're sharp.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a lowdown because Lance has been doing experiment. Because the lady who stayed with us in camp went behind it, screamed, disappeared. Sharp went round, hit the tree with a sword, vanished. Fox put forward the point of, are you Lance checked the place, investigated, and thinks that this might be some sort of ley line portal, maybe some fair thing. But then the fox put forward, what if it just kills you? So Lance has been experiment by like applying like dead meat to it, doing projectile attacks with like a crossbow bolt to it and stuff like that. And it does seem to just be a case of anything that comes into contact with it and the sap just blinks out of existence and is gone. It is giving off a ton of conjuration magic. which Lance knows to be heavily associated with teleportation or portals. So Lance's, and then he just had the Fox asked Lance how attached the two people. Turns out, if you were disconnected, it turns out that the lady who was with us in the night is a psycho killer who has killed several people, including town guards. Because Lance found her journal and went through it to see if she knew anything about this surrounding area as a whole. And if you found personal stuff, he skipped it until he saw the line, and then I killed them and hid the body. And then he read
you
on.
can tell they got away with these crimes because
Yeah.
the entries continue on after that, and she's just going about her day again.
But Lance's point was Sharps disappeared, and Lance is like, me and that guy seem to be of similar mindsets and would like, in terms of camaraderie and helping a brother out, sort of mindset attitude. So would like to help, but
Sure, he came back to save me from the Fey bitch. So
yeah, I think we literally just have to touch the tree.
I volunteer to go first.
Are you coming, Fox? Are you coming, Tish? Tish is the NPC, by the way. Your friend.
Yeah, I heard that one before.
Oh, you heard that bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, sure, why not?
Okay.
Yes, I will follow.
Touch tree.
I will follow you.
Touch tree to put theory to the maximum test.
You would all vanish, and then we will cut over to Manji.
Manji?
Not
Manji?
Not Manji. It will be instead Peasant Girl and Lawrence. Lawrence, drag yourself on.
It's just occurred to me that this psycho killer might be using this as a trap for her victims. And she just hasn't written that down in the journal.
Glad you said that as we're teleporting.
I mean, pulls out crossbow. I'm just not going to ask questions.
Manji. You no.
Sure.
Why are you calling him Manji?
I don't know. It's got that in my head for some reason.
You miss him so much.
Sharp. True. Sharp, you see a small peasant girl. She seems to be curled up in a ball, very scared.
There's nothing to be scared of. We just need to get out of here.
No, I know this place. It's not good.
Don't worry. I'm here now.
Will you save me?
Yes. Are there any exits to this room?
There appears to be a door. Yeah.
Okay. I'll head over. Let's get going. I'd like to push the door open slightly and look through.
Sure, you push the door open slightly and look through. What you would see
There's a hobgoblin
the
in a
door.
bathtub shaving their legs.
Close.
Watch, it'll be Donald Trump naked in a bath shaving his legs.
Oh, I almost got it. There's just one detail that was wrong.
You see just a little imp. He's just chilling out there. So your eye sharp, it would be a devil of some kind. Or Satan from the Bible, I guess.
This is Satan himself.
Tiny imp. Nah, it's
Yeah.
Satan. Kill it.
To Sharp's eyes, it would just be Satan from the Bible, yeah.
He fires his gun, it dies. He goes, wow, that was way easier than He just
Yeah,
died.
fuck it, I'll shoot Satan.
Sure.
That's the right response.
Make an attack roll.
Uh, I said I'd shoot Satan, so this is at disadvantage. Because I'm like 5 foot away from it.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
I can't get any worse than a nat 1.
You open it, miss completely. They go, wow, what the fuck was that?
Gonna fucking stab it.
Give me an initiative roll.
Oh, okay.
You're up
18.
first, Char. What do you do?
Stabby, stabby.
You give it a good old stabbing. It goes, ow! Fuck, that really hurt.
Die, devil.
Very rude.
You'll not keep us detained in this hellhole.
It goes, ah, no, you. Is that your turn, by the way?
Yeah.
It goes, ah, no, I am mortally wounded. You got me. And it falls over and vanishes.
I'll stab where its body was just to make sure.
There's nothing there. Except some blood.
Good. Always double tap. Okay. Crouching down and reloading my musket.
Uh-huh.
I'll say, stay close behind me, lass. Let whilst I head out.
You step into the wider world.
Does she start following me?
What did you tell her to stay still?
No, I told her to stay close behind me, lass. We're
Oh, right.
getting out of here.
Give me a persuasion roll. Because she's quite scared.
$18.
Yeah. You managed to calm her nerves enough to follow you. At which point, you see this, which I'll make bigger for the purposes of people seeing what it is.
Oh, they're adorable. That was the response you
Hey.
wanted,
Yeah.
right?
They show up. Holding seemingly nothing in their hand. It just looks like they're miming a ball. Who are you?
Tell me the way to get out. We just want to leave.
She looks behind you at the peasant girl you're with. Sure, I can get you out of here. Just sign here. And she pulls out a piece of paper.
I'm not signing anything.
Look, it's just a standard contract for transportation out of here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not sending me to Australia. or any crap like that. I'm staying here and getting back to the people that I need to be with.
Yeah, this is to send you back to them. Look, it's very standard.
No, no, no. I'm not. Just show me the way out, and I'll go.
You just
Look,
pay.
I'll.
You just pay me
I'll
one of the local currency's coinage, assuming you have like the money to do that, or equivalent, and then I'll get you out of here, buddy. No questions asked.
look. There's always a catch. I'm not falling for it.
This is just
Point
a
me in the direction to
honest
get out
deal.
of here.
Well,
I'm not
sign
making a
here,
deal with
and
you.
then you'll
Look,
be
look.
free.
Look. No deals. I'll give you a coin, a gold coin, just to show me the way out. Okay?
Oh,
No
gold's no
deals.
good here. Sorry. I could offer you riches and gold if that's something you'd want.
I just don't want to be here anymore.
Well, then, yeah, sign this contract and I'll get you right out of here.
No, I'm not signing a contract with you. I don't even know who you are.
Ah, well, let's change that. She conjures a chair behind her.
Look, I've got no time. I've got to be out of here.
Then just sign here and you'll be straight out.
However, let's gan.
Okay.
Shop's becoming more and more Geordie by the second.
But he did live in Yorkshire for a while,
I was
so
a Yorkshire guy, but
Oh,
Yeah.
you've got a
I
brand new
know I'm not
cumber
really
now.
doing Yorkshire that much, but
Our way last, it'll be Reet.
so is Sharp heading off in that direction? Sharp, when you look in that direction,
yeah.
what you see looks like a passage from the Bible where just fucking demons and devils are just fucking butchering each other in the distance.
Ah, you found the old block.
God,
Massive balls of fire are being launched and the ground is being torn asunder as giant hulking beasts clash with each other.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Like
he's off
from
in
the
the
Bible
corner.
or something.
He just suplexed a Baylor. It was fucking awesome.
Uh,
So, want to make a deal?
no.
Oh,
Give me a way out.
right here. Sign.
No, give us, as in me and this woman here, a way out. There's gotta be a way. You know a way. Tell us.
It's at this point the gang would show up.
It's me, Scooby-Doo and the gang.
X, small font. Going to the other section.
Lass,
Yeah.
get yourself back inside and I'll talk to this person.
The demon goes, oh yeah, just what we need is Scooby and the gang. Looks at the fox. They've even got the dog. Oh, shout!
Get
There,
yourself back.
there you are.
Get back in.
Looks at the devil thing. Okay, what the hell's?
Oh, lass, get yourself back into the hut. I'll deal with this person out
Okay.
here.
She seems pretty scared.
What?
Tin, tin, tin.
As
It's
they
Tin
get
Tin
back
Tin.
inside, Lance will say, "What the hell are you?" Butcher them all.
What?
Plonks her journal on the floor.
Oh, my journal. Takes it. I didn't do that.
It seemed
Uh,
pretty self-explanatory.
Look, she's just a normal lass.
Not if you read that.
Look, what I'm concerned with at the minute is getting back to where we were from the whatever was described over there in the Bible.
The peasant girl just seems really confused and is like, "My journal doesn't have anything bad in it."
Yeah,
Point is, my eyes are on you until we get out. Until we get, I'm keeping one good eye on you until we get out of here.
do the this person keeps asking me for some kind of deal or something.
Noel Edmonds?
Do they accept? They don't accept gold either. What kind of society doesn't want gold?
Oh, I've just noticed something about you. She says, "May I?"
Who says that to who?
The lady in front of Lawrence.
The devil thing.
Yes, it's asking to touch you.
Touch me.
No, not you. Shop.
No.
No, fair enough. I've just realized something about you. So, you guys want to get home? Want to make a deal?
Question.
No deals, just send us home.
Oh, actually, she does look at you, Hex, and go, "Oh, you're very odd."
Hey, who are you and where are you from?
I'm, well,
Quicker.
okay. Jeez.
Hey.
I
Do you know who I
I think
am?
it's put.
I do.
Okay. Name, rank.
Look, I don't work for your mum.
Yeah, but are you a devil? Or are you a demon?
You would know she is a devil.
Okay. Do you want to talk to my gran?
Look,
I
Fuck
could make
off.
life real hard for you if you don't just fucking get us out of here.
that is true. Unless I kill you now.
I'll put my
Sorry.
musket in the
Sorry.
face. You can
You do know
try.
how the afterlife works, right?
Yes, you
I
already
pop back
spawned.
to where my parents live, and then I tell them what happened, and then you're fucking dead. This is not a smart play.
That's true.
What if the deal we make is that I don't tell anyone we met you, and you let us leave?
No. Because when you come back to life, you won't have your memories. Unless they're given back to you by your parents.
That's not how that works.
When you die, you lose your memory. Well, you do up to a certain point. You'll go to a place and then they'll take your memory from you.
Look, here's the deal.
Hmm?
Send us back, and I won't shoot you in the face.
With that,
Yeah, it sounds like my friend is associated with some heavy hitters. You
That's
might want to just,
hilarious.
it sounds like my friend here is in with some heavy hitters. You might want to do as they say.
Nah,
Name and rank, please.
I don't work for either of your parents.
You don't have to work for them. You're obviously weaker than anyone I know.
Fair enough. You're allowed to think
Okay, I'm gonna shoot them in the face.
Yeah.
Is this initiative times,
Can be.
or are they just going to shrug it off and be like, "Don't care"?
They do not care about being shot. I mean, Lawrence can roll an attack. You have that right.
20.
It hits them.
They take 5 piercing damage.
the bullet goes into them, and it just bounces off of them.
Oh yeah, they're immune to non-magical damage.
Mm.
That's
Got anything else?
I mean, why are you inside a tree?
This is-
Doesn't won't Hex get at least a persuasion check of some kind for what they were saying before, and then
Oh, I wish I
Lance
was charismatic.
and then Lance says they sound like they're in league with some heavy hitters. You should probably just take their offer and using the alpha trait of lead the pack to bonus action help plus a d4 for them. So Hex rolls with advantage plus a d4 with
uh,
no spells or nothing.
Sure, you can roll a persuasion check to make them less hostile
With
against you.
advantage plus d4.
Cool.
Because right now it looks like they're about to rip your throats out.
That 20 plus a d4. Nice.
Alright. They go from wanting to rip your throats out to, you're okay.
Just a couple
Man,
of
I prefer the way
thoughts.
I prefer the way that I work persuasion checks rather than.
We all know he doesn't believe in persuasion. This has been a
No.
long-running
But
problem
the
with the
literal
Yeah.
way persuasion works as a rule is you could take NPCs that are like of a stage of like actively wanting to murder
Yeah,
you
but it's a
down to
bullshit
Yeah, but
wrong
when
way
I
of
made my
doing it.
persuasion, she was not actively wanting to murder us stage.
You
Yes,
just got
and
shot in the. Yeah, she was.
She
because
didn't
just got
get shot in the face until after. The shot in the
And-
face wouldn't have happened if she had just been agreeable.
And
then
the shot
Lawrence
in the face,
shot
she
her
literally
in the
said was
face.
hilarious. Okay.
It was.
Can I like step? Can the group step back in here a second? I need to talk to my friend here. I think we have some stuff we could work out.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna let's move away from everyone just because I don't want them to hear some of this because some of them seem to react badly to some stuff I'm about to say.
Sure.
Hey, so deal wise, buddy. What if we get out of here, I could put some word in with you with a mare?
Ooh,
She is my godmother. She is one of my godmothers.
I like that.
Like, she's big for advancement. She's gonna it looks like she's starting to take over the layers of hell pretty aggressively.
That's not a bad deal. I get
You
you.
know,
Out of-
all you need is transport us out of here back to where we came from, and then I put in a word for you as soon as I can get word to my aunt.
An infernal contract is manifested.
I check it for all of the regular clauses.
Give me an investigation.
Does my knowledge of these things give me an advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage.
Sick.
Being part fiend yourself. You know that she has not put any sort of trickery in here. Like if you
I'm like-
if you get her a good in with a mare, she'll send you home.
I'm like checking, just being like, okay, can I ask to change the wording on something because you have to Hex knows that devils like it if you like it if you play along as if you think you've found something, some sort of trap. And then it's like, okay, I'll put in a good word for you with a mare. That does require you to tell me your name.
I'll tell you what I go by.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's how names work.
Just call me Theathan.
Cool. I'll add that into the thing. Put in a good word for Theathan at the next time that I'm able to contact Anna Mare. Cool. And blood there, and blood there, and blood there. And can you
Does
please
have-
put your impression
does
there?
have- Does have like a time stipulation, but it's not super aggressive.
Yeah. As soon as I'm able, I will get that passed along. It's just like we're kind of trapped in the location. I don't know where we are currently.
She's already signed it at the bottom.
Sick. Okay. Uh, do you have this? Do you have a copy of this so I can have it for reference later?
She produces a second
Cool.
variant of it and hands it to you.
Thanks. Yeah, this is good doing business with you.
Yes.
If I have to see you again, let's hope it's in less weird circumstances. I'm like,
Enjoy your
or are
trip,
you are
man.
you going to the Inferno Ball like next year?
Yes.
Okay.
And bring a date. Should be good.
Oh, lucky. Who's the lucky person in this one?
Oh, it's he's kind of on the job right now.
Oh, sure. Okay. And then I like walk back to everybody, being like, "Okay, we're good to go."
Uh, you. She just tells you to go into the crystal room.
Cool. Everybody keep an eye on the serial killer.
Which one?
She's like, say hi to hubby for me, and then she invokes some magic. And you all
Die.
As the
Uh,
walls start shrinking inwards.
yeah. And then you reappear here.
And then
Okay, got that
then,
sorted.
then to
Okay.
just round it off, a celestial descends from Mechanus, and they want to offer you a deal as well.
I don't deal with creepy celestials. God damn it.
But yeah,
I'm like holding a contract, being like, "Okay, I got it sorted. We're out of there now."
Good.
I would
Okay.
like a thank you from everyone,
thank
and then I'll.
you, says
Cool.
the peasant lady. Thank you, says Tish.
Very
I mean-
accepted.
I mean, thanks. I hope it didn't cost you too much.
The little
Oh,
dinosaur,
I just need to put a good word in with like someone I know. It's fine.
little dinosaur nuzzles its head up to you in thanks.
Thank you for that help. It was very useful. Oh, I'm so glad we double crit there. That was like
Thank you.
after my like managing to double nat ones on advantage earlier. I was not happy with my luck, but that turned about a bit. I'm like, yeah,
Those walls were real fire.
Mr. Sharp, sir.
Hello.
So that was a devil.
Yes, I've heard descriptions of those in the Bible.
The Bibble.
So to hit one of those, you're going to need to get your weapons made magical.
You would also know
I
that
could make
silver
that
is the
happen.
weakest of devils. If he had silver bullets, that would probably also hurt
Sure,
them.
sure. Or if you silver get yourself some silver bullets, you know, the same as like werewolves and vampires and stuff.
Just get me to a workshop and it'll be done.
Werewolves and vampires?
Yeah, they're also real. Don't worry about it too much.
What other fairy tales do you have where you come from? They're also probably real.
Um,
The black dog.
Which one?
Yes.
Yeah, the peasant girl's gonna go and get her bow and arrow.
Watch out for drips.
And then hands Lance 2 days of rations that are homemade pies. She tells you they
See?
are mincemeat.
ooh, mincemeat.
In her journal, it didn't detail how she killed her victims, did they?
Uh,
Were they poisoned?
no, shot with an arrow.
Okay.
And she did some pretty fucked up things to their bodies. You do know that.
Mm-hmm.
Roll insight.
Oh fuck, they are the pies, aren't they?
Yeah, you figured it out. While I was
With a
scrolling.
with a 21.
These are some perfectly legitimate pies.
Fuck off with a 21.
I don't know what to tell you. These are normal pies.
Nah, these are people pies. 1000%.
I know I rolled a 21, but don't
Hey,
trust it.
out of curiosity, Miss Lady, do you work in a barber shop?
No, like
Uh,
Joseph, I'm saying I rolled a 21. You say they're not pies. I'm like, you made the DC like 25 or something.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did. You don't know.
Nah, these are not.
The
Well, they are
there's
real, but
the
they're like people.
in terms of fairy tales, there's the king of the cats.
She turns to you and says, "No, I'm the daughter of the charcoal salesman."
Fair enough.
Do you know about Tom Thumb?
Nope.
They're the only two sort of like.
Have you heard of Candle Jack goes missing? What a fucking shit reference.
But yeah, after handing you those pies, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, so we going?"
Lead the way.
Sure. You guys begin heading on the trail towards town. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces.
But yeah, Lance will make sure to mention the shop. If we find ourselves at a workshop when we get to this town, if you end up in that, could magic up your musket for you, so that
That would be good.
so that it affects such creatures. It'll take some time, but I'm sure I can do it.
That would be good. I also need more bullets and gunpowder.
Oh, and if we get into a town, I'm sure that'll be sourceable. Surely, right? If not,
Alternatively, I would need bat guano and sulfur.
There should be a cave nearby, where we'll be able to get those substances, especially
This
the bat.
planet may not have bats.
Well, yes, true. We'll have to find that.
An equivalent, would be all right.
Anything that's heavy in nitric acid, essentially.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
You never know. They might have an alchemist who has nitric acid. Amazing.
Have I ever told you about the Battle of Versailles?
You haven't told me about any battles yet. We met yesterday.
Have I told you about the battle back in 90? No,
We met
Grandpa.
yesterday. No.
But I'd be intrigued to hear. Always a fan of story of gallantry.
There was a brave captain studied the line, led the company into battle against the enemy.
You notice that when you're talking about battle, assuming you go into the more gory details, the peasant girl does look disturbed.
Of course, Sharp talks about it.
And then his arm flew off.
Yeah, the
I
peasant girl
mean-
looks
Firing as it
visibly
flew up.
upset.
The sound of battle is it's a soft sound.
Or actually, anyone who wants to can roll insight.
Never mind.
Insight.
Too engrossed in the story.
Lance, that peasant girl, she's fucking hiding something.
If she wasn't showing us the way to town,
Oh wait,
Oh,
I
my
didn't need to
kidney's
roll
not
for
yet.
that. I didn't care.
who am I kidding? Lance isn't that blooded, even though he is lizard.
You do think she's like Lance, you think she's putting it on, and that she's like definitely leading you into some sort of trap right now.
Yeah, but he's having her in front, and is like, if they're leading us anywhere, that would be hard to find us or anything. You'll speak up, but if she's keeping on the beaten path and there is like civilization in the far distance and we're heading towards it, he's like, okay, I'll leave it for now. I mean, he's told Hex, Tish, and the Fox, and outwardly accused the person, you're a serial killer. The proof is in your journal, so everyone's aware. He's
She
just
said
not cold.
no.
He's just not cold-blooded enough to just open fire immediately.
Fair enough. You eventually reach a little dock.
Also, I would while on the trip, while still on the trip, between conversations with Sharp, would like to walk next to Hex and be all like, so out of curiosity, because what you were saying to that devil seemed pretty cool, to be honest. Who are you associated with? Like, you said to that devil, do you want to speak to my mom/gran? Like, who are you descended from?
Mom,
They must be pretty powerful. Hex? Or are you just ignoring him?
Or is that Graham gone again? It's always a 50.
Exactly.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm just kind of like,
Sleepy.
yeah, apologies. I kind of fell asleep, but that was
I mean,
just
if you-
my
if you
brain nodded
want-
off there.
If you want, we can save that question for next time.
I would be very thankful because yeah,
No brain
Sorry.
left.
my brain
We-
died. Apologies.
Sure,
Jeez.
you had your STM earlier on with your two nat 20s. Lance can
I was-
ask you that question later.
Sorry, somewhere around all the pie shenanigans, I was just like, my eyes just started to close. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You do get tired around this time.
And you have
Yeah, I'm
been
an old
up
man.
since
I'm
4.
sorry.
It's okay. We'll call it there if people are getting tired.
I
if
had
you
even
guys are-
seen that we changed maps. I'll be honest.
It's a real
It only
pretty
just
map,
started.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hunt some bread in this map,
Oh,
Yeah.
gonna have so much fun.
completely unknowing that the bread is near me.
No, that's bullshit.
The bread is with you.
But yeah, you guys arrive in town. That's a good place to call it.
The bread is the friends
Sorry.
you made along the way.
no
Actually
problem.
accurate.
Friends is strong.
Hey, Lance is like